afternoon.
Afternoon. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm great, thanks. All right. Glad you got to make it.
Thank you.
I'm glad to be here. And this is our humble bow. We finally have an office. Thank you to Mr. Hodge, the little paintings and stuff. This is just Hodge. He's been very gracious to us to give us our office. But anyway, glad to see you today. I jump right into it. What are your ideas for the show?
My idea for the show is to keep it basically environmental. Go out there and work with the different non-profit and governmental organizations.
So it's Miss Earth.
Yes. Miss Earth, we're hoping to become a sub-pageant of the international pageant Miss Earth, which is hosted every year around November.
Okay, so when are you planning on having your pageant?
We're currently hoping to host this pageant on the 30th of June of this year.
Okay. Cool. Well, that sounds great. I saw the package that you sent me, so I guess we'll go off of this. I took a look at some of the dates that you have. I have some suggestions, and I have some questions.
Okay.
All right. Now, we did do a little bit of talking on the phone, and after you dropped off the package to me, I went over the stuff that you wrote. And my questions are these like the mission statements, the slogan, and the objectives? Are they for this particular group alone? The BVI group, or they're the same straight through to Miss Earth?
This is mainly for the BVI group. We basically created most of our own too, because we still have to have it a little bit different from the international pageant.
Okay, so it still has its own mission, its own objectives, and that kind of stuff. Okay, well, I really love the mission statement: intellectual growth, community awareness, and environmental appreciation of the BVI.
Yeah.
I think that's really important, so I really love that. And the sole purpose of creating Miss Earth BVI is to help raise awareness in the community on the environmental issues here in the British Virgin Islands.
Yeah.
So that's cool. So that means we're gonna really be targeting a lot of issues that are working here. Do you have any different groups that you're planning on working with?
Some of the groups that we're planning on working with is like National Parks Trust, Conservation and Fisheries, Green BI. We even have one called Reef Guardians, which is a group that goes out there and tackle the lionfish epidemic that we're currently having here within the Virgin Islands.
Oh, cool. No, I haven't really heard much about the lionfish, but is that something that you're going to try and incorporate as well?
I'm going to try to incorporate it. I'm not going to actually have the girls go out there and hunt lionfishes.
That would be so fun though. I think we should get the girls all hunting lionfish. I don't know. I'm just saying, okay? It'll be fun. Okay, I like the slogan, but I think we should work on it a little bit more. And I think that would be a good way that we could probably start the girls off with a little competition.
That would be great, actually.
Being environmentally sound means an environmentally clean BVI. I think that's nice, but I think for a slogan it needs to be a little bit more focused. Just because it doesn't give enough information.
Okay.
Because your slogan's supposed to kind of be a short way of wrapping up your mission and your goals and everything in one. Just a short way of saying that. And I don't feel like it has enough. But I think that that's something that we could let the girls do.
Actually, that would be a great
pretty, the beginning event. Your objectives and goals I really love. Our goal is to help each young woman to gain confidence as they encounter challenges in an increasingly competitive world.
Yeah.
I love that. We strive to provide each young woman with the opportunity to grow and advance with public speaking, personal appearance, and social development, education, and career goals, while becoming a positive role model in the Virgin Islands community and abroad. I love that as well. My only question is, are we going to do specific events to identify public speaking, personal appearance, social development, and education? Are we going to have specific events that are going to help to train those girls in those different aspects?
Well, I would actually want to have classes with these girls. So it's not just that, okay, we're doing this event, we're doing that event. We want them to actually go and have the training. So when they get in front of a camera, they can also
How many training sessions per idea? Because we have speaking, public speaking, we have personal appearance, we have social development, and education and career goals. How many per, what do you want to put the most emphasis on, and what kind of ideas have you come up with?
One of the things I know after watching the different pageants that are going on within the BVI, one of the things I know we need a lot of work on is the public speaking. Like for me, in case I get scared at times going up in front of people. So
So
it's
you
not
said
that
that'd be number one.
yeah, that would be number one. It's not that they can't speak in front of people, but I know the nerves can get to someone in front of a large crowd.
And also, public speaking isn't easy, like people actually get trained to do that,
Yeah, people actually go to school for those.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay, I get it. So number one would be public speaking. So what would you think would be number two? Would it go in the same order? Personal appearance number two, and then social development?
Yes, because the other thing, being a beauty queen within the British Virgin Islands or anywhere, even afterwards, after the reign is done, or even just running in a pageant, the one thing that you always should know is how to carry yourself. Because, later on, like, yes, you was the girl that ran for this, they always have you in that sight after.
Yeah, they won't ever forget. I remember I never even won. I was first runner up twice, and they still don't forget. Like, they see me everywhere, and they're like, "You're the girl that ran from this BVI," and I'm like, "Guilty." But yeah, you're right. You're completely right. Okay, the winner of Miss British Virgin Islands will become an environmental ambassador of the BVI and will have the opportunity to represent the territory in several shows throughout the Caribbean, coaching shows to pageants. Everything else that I reviewed, like for example the rules and eligibility and stuff like that, that's fine. Only thing is I'm gonna give you the rules for Miss Jam Zone.
Okay.
So that you could just make sure that the girls that we have are eligible for that show as well, which it seems like is about the same thing, but just in case.
Okay. That's no problem.
Everything else seems fine. There was something else I wanted to get to. I didn't understand what you meant by Miss Water, Miss Earth, Miss... Until I read this and I was like, oh, it's the runner-ups.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We actually have, other than the queen, we actually have 3 other runner-ups. With this pageant, it has to be an active court. So it's basically that, like, they're their own little queens by themselves.
Oh wow, that's very, very unique to itself because usually here in the BVI, when we have a pageant,
yes,
if you don't win, then that's it. Like you put in all that hard work and you learn all this stuff and you have nowhere to put an outlet or no. So you're saying that the girls that do become runner-ups, they're still active in the process?
Yes, they should still be active, whether they go out with the queen or even if they have their own little thing going on here and they're working with the different organizations here in the BVI.
Okay. Now, when you have an active court and a queen to take care of all those things, are you going to be walking them through their reign? I mean, I'm just asking because, sometimes we do have queens and they have certain things that they're assigned to go to, but other than that, then they kind of have to find their own things. Are you going to be allowing your queens to do that, or are you going to have specific things that you want her to do during the year for reign?
What I'm gonna try my best to help them along the way. Because with work and everything can still be kind of jam-packed. But what we're gonna try our best to work with each one. They can still go out and work with the different organizations on their own, but we're gonna try to have a specific agenda for them to stick to.
Concept, I really do like it. I think it's amazing. Not only just for the girls in the sense of the fact that they get something out of running for the pageant, but also the fact that you have the court being active and that they themselves will be queens in their own entity so that the queen herself gets support. And not only that, but so that persons that are involved in putting all this hard work don't feel that they came up with nothing, that they can actually progress and still use it as a platform even afterwards. I really love that. Okay, so we have 3 already.
Yes.
And the goal is 6. Okay, cool. All right, well, I would say that the only other thing I'd like to discuss is maybe if we can go over our calendar and decide when we want to meet with these girls that we already have and how we can get some more girls and when we'd like to start our actual events so that we can start putting together these public speaking forums and that kind of stuff. I'm really excited about working on this.
I am too. I've been working on this since November last year. It was actually a pageant that I wanted to take part in, but due to unforeseen circumstances, I couldn't get out there. And instead of just letting the dream die, I worked it into that we can really benefit from this. Right now, I noticed the Dr. the Honorable Pickering being out there promoting environmental awareness and pushing it. So I'll try my best to help him push it while we're doing our own thing also.
Yeah, and it's so important. It's so important just to have ambassadors, persons that are knowledgeable about what's going on in the environment, so that they can share that knowledge with everyone.
Yes.
And yeah, that's about it. Oh, there was one more thing. That water initiative. Did you find out any more information on the water initiative? You were telling me about the initiative, the United Nations International Year of Water Cooperation,
Yes,
which they're actually having a World Water Day in 2013.
yes, which is on the 22nd of March.
Okay.
I actually been researching it all day, and I'm still going through all this paperwork that they have on it.
I can imagine it's a lot of paperwork, like tedious stuff, right?
Because usually they only have the World Water Day every year, which is on the 27th.
Which is so important because water is such a necessity and it's been a real pain in everybody's butt, right? Like not having water, especially even here in the BVI, we have a big water problem. Right there in South America, got water problems. And as I said, right here in the BVI, we have water problems. I mean, we're not as bad as some other countries. We get regular rain. We can get cisterns and stuff, but there's some countries they can't. You know, unless there's a well or a reservoir, and then a lot of persons are owning them now, so now you have to pay for water.
Yes.
And it really does become a strain on a lot of the poorer countries, so.
And even reading through this, we are now over 7 billion people within the world, so water can be real.
Oh, we got to 7 billion already?
Yes, we're over 7 billion now. So
7 billion, so I have to write that down, like, hold on, that's a big number. Okay.
So water can become a scarce commodity in some places.
Okay, and then I guess the cooperation is basically learning how everybody can work together in their own environments to make water more plentiful for them, right?
Yes.
Cool. Okay, so let's go through and set a date for the first meeting with the girls. And after we do that, then we should be fine.